does. So you can see how this simple head-touching game has now become a great way to ask the animals to move to different locations around the habitat. Now we've shown you how the training process begins, but there are other ways of training as well. Believe it or not, we can train the animals by doing something very similar to what all of you are doing right now. Just watching the animals. Because on their own, they can do some pretty cool things. Let's watch. It's a vocalization from Bella. We're here in the center. There's a beluga whale swimming backwards on her tail, a great way to look above the surface of the water. And over here on the right, there is a whale lifting its entire body out of the water. These are all great natural behaviors. And when we see natural behaviors like these, we blow the whistle. Can anyone out there tell me what the whistle means? That's right, it means good job. And because of that relationship, when the animals know that they're doing something that we like, chances are they'll do it again. And then all we have to do is create a hand signal to ask for a particular behavior at a particular time. What we're going to show you next is how the whistles and the hand signals work together. Let's focus our attention to the island in the center where Kelly is working with Nunavik, a 3-year-old male beluga whale, the youngest whale in the habitat. Now in just a moment, Kelly is going to give Nunavik a hand signal. I want you to watch for that hand signal and see what Nunavik does next. There's the hand signal. And there was Nunavik. Did you guys see that? Nunavik swam upside down and he just spit water one time. It was maybe a little bit hard to see. Maybe we can find a way to ask Nunavik to do that behavior a little bit longer. Would anyone like to see that? All right, great. So we're going to ask Kelly to give the hand signal once again and then watch how this game changes. There's the hand signal once again. All right, let's give Nunavik a big round of applause.
So if you want to watch updates, I can give it to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Echo.
Hopefully this isn't hawk training gone bad.
How about a round of applause for Echo? So it might not come as a surprise that Shed Aquarium is home to more than one red-tailed hawk. And in just a moment, we are going to ask a second bird to fly for you. That hawk's name is Tahoma. Now, when Tahoma and Echo started their flight training, they started at a point that was much closer to this island in the center. But as time has gone by and the animal's confidence has grown, we've been able to gradually increase distance, we ask them to fly until they're able to fly for us from right here on this very walkway. Now, in just a moment, you will see that we're going to switch out the landing posts for Tahoma because Tahoma and Echo are a little bit different, and we want to set these animals up for success. The reason that Tahoma lives here at Shed Aquarium is because she has an injury to her eye. So she needs a stuff that's a lot easier to see in order for her to successfully land on that island. There is the stuff right there. The reason that we have red-tailed hawks here at the aquarium is because they've all been deemed unable to survive in the wild. Echo, who you just met, while he does have excellent vision, is also unable to be re-released. So it looks as though we're almost ready to go. We're just going to get that stump right there into position. It looks as though everyone is ready to go. So I'm going to step back for another flight. Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic. Let's hear it for Tahoma.
How small they are?
Now, as the dolphins are finding their way to the habitat, you may notice that they have a very bright white underside, which is how they get their name. Now, folks, we have been showing you a lot about how we train. What we'd like to show you next is why this training is so important. All of the training that we do is with the ultimate goal of providing exceptional care for the animals that call Shed home. And one great way of accomplishing this is by turning medical checkups into games for the animals. So let's watch the habitat and see some of these games being played. So here at the island on the right, we have our special guest, Hannah from England, and she's going to be spending a little bit of time with Piquette today, playing some of the same games that the trainers do, and that the veterinarians that enter the habitat from time to time do as well. We can see that Eric has asked Piquette to place her tail in his lap. This is the position that we use for drawing blood. Now, don't worry, we're not going to ask Hannah to draw any blood for us today. All we're going to do is ask her to rub the tail and massage it. You'll see Eric doing the same thing. But by practicing this position every day, multiple times a day, it makes those times when we do have to draw blood something that the animals are used to. Over here at the island, still here on the right, and we'll see here on the left as well, you can see that two of the trainers have asked the dolphins to lay out in front of them, and they're just massaging the animals all along their body. This is the position that we use to practice an ultrasound. An ultrasound is not only into the water, and what we're going to be asking the dolphins to do is to bring those balls back to the trainers. So during this game, I want you to watch the animals carefully. Over here at the left, we can see that Jessica has asked a dolphin to bring back a ball. Let's see what she does. So during these times, it looks as though this dolphin has just decided to just push the ball back on her head. But there are different ways of accomplishing the same task. We can see another dolphin has been asked to do the same thing. Let's see what she chooses to do. Oh, so you can see that she's realized that this ball is very far away from where she needs to bring it. So she's going to push it and bounce it off the top of her head. Now over here on the right, let's see what happens. Now Piquette has been asked to play the same game. It looks as though Piquette did not find the ball. I see she's swimming all the way over here, and she comes back to see Eric. Hey Eric, didn't find the ball. What do you want me to do next? So it looks as though Eric is going to refocus her attention and then ask her once again to find the ball. Let's see what Piquette does. She finds the ball and she pushes it back on her head and brings it back to Eric. Now a ball, that's pretty simple. It's a nice round object. Let's see what the animals do with some unusual, non-traditional objects. So over here we have a ball with a handle, and we have a buoy that sort of looks like a balloon or a water bottle. Let's see over here, we can see that the dolphin is using that object just like a ball, pushing it back over to the trainer. Let's see who is going to bring back this blue object, and let's see how they do it. Oh, there is another object, kind of like a whoopee cushion. being thrown into the water. Let's see what happens. So it looks like that object's a little difficult. You can see it's